Welcome back to the Inside Scoop. I'm Hayden Talbert for VT Scoop, and a lot of good news happened for Virginia Tech and its commits for the 2027 class in the latest 247 rankings. Several guys got national attention with big jumps, and two players broke the top 24/7, and even one commit earned four-star status for the first time. A couple players did slip out, but overall it was a positive update for the class. Let's break down who moved and what it means for Virginia Tech. Now, we're going to talk about the first guy, Peter Bork. He climbs higher and higher through these rankings. He moved from 80th to 75th nationally, and his ratings increased 92 to 94. Continues to solidify himself as one of the top players in this Virginia Tech class for 2027. And, a five-star jump might not sound massive to the casual viewer, but once you're already inside that top 100, every move becomes much more difficult to go up in the rankings. And that rating bump, like I mentioned earlier, 294 shows evaluators are becoming more confident in Bork's long-term potential at Virginia Tech. And that brings me to the second guy, Jordan Karoff. He makes his top 24/7 debut. He debuts at 93rd nationally. His rating jumps from 90 to 93, and this is arguably one of the biggest stories of the update. Karoff wasn't even in the top 24/7 previously. Now he's comfortably inside the top 100. A 3-point rating increase is significant, and it signals he's becoming one of the headlines of this class, of course, being at tight end. And, we're going to be talking about the biggest headline of the day, in my opinion, is Dylan Littell. He earns his four-star status. He debuts 142nd nationally, and his rating jumps from 86 to 91. He officially becomes a four-star, and for Virginia Tech fans, that is music to their ears. This might be one of the biggest individual rise among the commits. Going from 86 to 91 is a huge leap. And like I said, earning that four-star status validates the momentum he's built over the past several months for the offensive tackle commit for Virginia Tech in the 2027 class. Now, I'd like to talk about another offensive lineman. It's going to be Haden Buchanan. He continues to trend upward. He moves from 237 to 169. And that rating, and although his rating remains the same at 90, even without the rating increase, Buchanan's rise is nearly 70 spots. And that shows national analysts are valuing more highly compared to his peers. And that's a strong sign for growing confidence in his overall profile. And Virginia Tech fans, over the years, they've gotten not very good play from the offensive line. So that has to get them excited for what's to come from Haden Buchanan. Now, unfortunately, we do have to talk about some of the players that dropped in this ranking, and that's Joseph Buchanan. He falls out of the 24/7, top 24/7 for Virginia Tech. And the D lineman, he was previously ranked 178 and falls outside the top 24/7. It's worth noting that the rating didn't change. This appears to be more about movement of other prospects around the country rather than a significant downgrade in how he's viewed. So if you're a Virginia Tech fan locked in on these ratings, it's good to kind of have that aspect of it and not thinking, is he decreased in his play? No, he can become a player that's going to be back in that 24/7 top 24/7 ranking. It's just the other players around him, and it's rather that than a significant downgrade in how he's viewed. And the last guy I want to talk about is Bryce Woods. He takes the biggest hit. He was previously ranked 204 in the top 24/7 and drops to a 3-star. His rating drops from a 90 to an 88. So being back in that 3-star territory, he obviously can improve that as he has another year and more time. But it's definitely a big hit for the Virginia Tech class and how they're ranking in the top 10 nationally, as they were 6th upon this day of this recording. Now, overall, this is a net positive update for Virginia Tech. The Hokies added 2 new guys in the top 24/7 with Karoff and Littell, and saw Bork continue his climb and watched Caden Buchanan make a significant jump in the rankings, and I'm sure that's going to make James Franklin and Hokie Nation ecstatic for what's to come with these guys. Now, while we had some drops with Joseph Buchanan and Bryce Woods, they still have a chance in this senior year to get it back up, and I'm sure they will. I'm sure James Franklin is going to have faith in his guys, but the overall trend points upward in this class that's gaining more national respects as evaluations continue throughout this recruiting cycle. And I'm sure Virginia Tech is not done, and James Franklin is not done in this 2027 recruiting cycle. But that's going to be all for the rankings today. And I'm Haden Talbert with the Inside Scoop for VT Scoop. We'll see you next time.